Hello everyone and welcome to my CS24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. 90 Day Fiancé. Angela Deem's grandkids look all grown up in unrecognizable photos shared by her daughter. Life goes on for 90 Day Fiancé. Happily ever after? Star Angela Deem after her split from Michael Illisanmi, as rare photos of her grandkids reveal how grown up they are now. Angela used to work as a hospice nurse when she debuted in before the 90 Days Season 2. Angela looked after her ailing mom, 2 daughters, and her 6 grandchildren in Hazelhurst. Angela's daughters are Scotty and Skyla. Angela featured in shows such as Maury and Trisha with Scotty. However, Angela's daughter, Scotty, was also sentenced to prison for 20 years and hasn't appeared on the show since. Skyla isn't much of a social media user despite her reality TV show fame. While her mother is an Instagram influencer with over 811K followers, Skyla barely posts on IG. Her latest post was in August 2024. However, in March 2025, she shared some photos of her and Scotty's daughters as they attended their 2025 MORP. Skyla captioned her post, "My girls are gorgeous." She took a selfie with the kids, but her own celebrity mom, Angela, was nowhere to be seen. Angela seems to have missed a major milestone in her grandkids' lives. She also didn't post about it on her Instagram. Angela has been very close to her grandchildren since her debut. Through her, they also came to love Papa Michael. Michael arrived at their house on Christmas for a pleasant surprise for the kids who'd been talking to him through video calls for some 7-odd years. However, Michael left them too when he disappeared from Angela's house. It doesn't look like he's been in touch with Angela at all since he went missing, and in turn, not in touch with the children either. Meanwhile, Angela seems to not have been in the pictures with Skyla and her granddaughters, since she is busy making a living after Michael put her reality TV career in danger. Angela was in Palm Springs, California recently, at a Cathedral Senior Citizens event. She later attended an event by Josh Weinstein's company Preview Models. Angela has been making appearances at concerts and events to make a living over the past year. It also helps her stay relevant while keeping herself busy as she waits for Michael to be deported from the U.S. Angela and her family received instant reality TV fame because of their appearances in spin-offs such as Before the 90 Days and 90 Day Fiancé. Happily ever after? However, it looks like Season 8 is Angela's last and final season in the franchise because she ended up spoiling her storyline, thanks to Michael, even before the season began. Angela has hinted at her reality TV comeback, but it remains unclear. If things had gone well between Angela and Michael, they could have even been cast in a family-themed show like Chantel Everett and Pedro Jimeno, given their popularity. Angela Deem has never been one to shy away from the spotlight. Since her debut on 90 Day Fiancé, she has built a reputation as one of the most fiery, outspoken, and unpredictable cast members in the franchise's history. While much of her screen time has revolved around her turbulent relationship with Michael Illisanmi, there's another layer to Angela's story that often goes overlooked: her complicated but deeply human bond with her daughter. Behind the drama, the cigarettes, and the unforgettable one-liners, Angela is also a mother who has had to navigate challenges that many fans don't fully see on television. Her relationship with her daughter has been marked by ups, downs, and everything in between, but it's also one of the most revealing aspects of her journey. Angela the mother versus Angela the TV personality. The Angela that fans see on TLC is larger than life. She yells, she curses, she throws tantrums, and she often shocks her co-stars with her no-nonsense approach. But to her daughter, Angela is also just mom. And that's where things get complicated. Angela's daughter grew up in the small town of Hazelhurst, Georgia, where family is everything. From an early age, she witnessed her mom's tough, take-charge personality. Angela had to play both roles, provider and protector, while raising her kids and later taking on the role of Mima to her grandchildren. But while Angela's strength made her a role model in some ways, it also created friction. Her daughter, like many children of strong-willed parents, often pushed back. Over the years, fans have caught glimpses of this tension. Angela wants control, and her daughter wants independence. A classic family struggle, but magnified under the pressure of reality TV cameras. The shadow of 90 Day fame. When Angela's relationship with Michael became a storyline on 90 Day Fiancé, her daughter was thrust into a world she never asked for. Suddenly, strangers had opinions about her family. Memes circulated online, Critics dissected every fight, and Angela's private life was no longer private. For her daughter, this wasn't easy. She was used to their small-town life, not the scrutiny of millions of viewers. Being Angela Deem's child meant carrying a last name that fans either loved or hated, with little room in between. At times, Angela's daughter tried to step away from the chaos, choosing to keep much of her life private. Unlike her mother, she didn't chase fame or attention. But distance didn't erase the connection. Angela's choices, her surgeries, her marriage struggles with Michael, her public outbursts, always had ripple effects on her family. Shared strength in hardship. Despite the drama, Angela and her daughter share one undeniable bond: resilience. Life hasn't been easy for either of them, and yet they've both shown an ability to keep moving forward, no matter how heavy the obstacles. Angela's daughter has raised children of her own, carving out her own identity while still tied to the Deem legacy. Fans have noticed how protective Angela is of her grandchildren, often putting them first even when her own life spirals. In those moments, her daughter sees not just the wild TLC star, but the grandmother who would do anything for family. Angela the chaos magnet and Angela the caregiver can be hard to reconcile. But it also explains why her daughter, despite disagreements, continues to stand by her. Family ties, after all, run deeper than reality TV edits. The push and pull of love. Angela and her daughter's bond is not a fairy tale, and perhaps that's why it resonates. It's real. They fight, they clash, they sometimes go long stretches without seeing eye to eye. Yet the love never fully disappears. Their arguments often stem from the same place: concern. Angela wants the best for her daughter, even if her methods are brash and overwhelming. Her daughter, in turn, wants her mom to slow down, take care of herself, and maybe let go of some of the chaos. It's a push-and-pull dynamic familiar to countless families, amplified only because cameras are rolling. Viewers have seen Angela's daughter step into storylines in subtle ways, sometimes defending her children, other times disagreeing with her mom's choices. In these moments, fans catch a rare glimpse of vulnerability from Angela, who otherwise bulldozes through every scene. Around her daughter, Angela becomes less of a star and more of a mother still trying to figure things out. A glimpse toward the future. As 90 Day Fiancé continues to evolve, Angela's presence in the franchise is unlikely to fade anytime soon. But what about her daughter? While she may not seek the limelight, there's always curiosity about whether Angela's family members might play bigger roles on screen. Fans are invested not only in Angela's marriage drama, but also in her life as a mother and grandmother. Some even argue that these relationships are far more compelling than her constant back and forth with Michael. For Angela's daughter, the future likely holds more of the same balancing act, supporting her mother while keeping her own life grounded. She may never embrace reality TV the way Angela has, but her quiet strength provides an anchor in the whirlwind of Deem family drama. Why fans care? So why does Angela's relationship with her daughter fascinate viewers? Perhaps it's because, beneath the shouting matches and outrageous antics, there's something relatable. Many fans see their own complicated parent-child dynamics reflected in the Deem household. The mix of frustration, loyalty, and deep love is universal. Angela's daughter humanizes her in ways that Michael's storyline sometimes doesn't. Viewers can laugh at Angela screaming "Michael" across the globe, but they lean in closer when they see her being called out by her own child. It reminds everyone that, behind the character, Angela is still a mom trying to navigate love, mistakes, and second chances. Final thoughts. Angela Deem's journey on 90 Day Fiancé has been anything but simple, and her relationship with her daughter is one of the most compelling aspects of her story. It's messy, emotional, and at times downright heartbreaking, but it's also filled with resilience and love. For Angela, family is both her greatest challenge and her greatest strength. And for her daughter, being tied to Angela means living in the shadow of one of reality TV's most unforgettable personalities, while still carving out her own identity. At the end of the day, the Deem women embody a truth many families understand. Love doesn't always look perfect, but it endures. And as long as Angela and her daughter keep choosing each other, no amount of reality TV drama can tear them apart.